He looked good, but we should point out it's the first time he's fought at 112 since 2002. We'll see if it has an impact.
We mentioned his brother Glenn Donaire. There he is getting the hug, hoping his younger brother does. Hardest nights of his career, and he phoned the United States from Australia every day to find out how Burgos was doing. So you know it impacted on. Now, as we will go to the tail of the tape, Donaire has the physical advantages, just 24, younger by 7 years, a shade taller than Darchinyan, but he has the reach by 3.5 inches. And at yesterday's weigh-in, Darchinyan 112, Donaire just under the limit. So here at the arena at Harbor Yard in Bridgeport, Connecticut, getting ready for Vic Darchinyan versus Nonito Donaire for the IBF Flyweight Championship. Let's get the formal introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
"12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Flyweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first, the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with white trim, fighting out of San Leandro, California, by way of General Santos City, Mindanao in the Philippines. He weighed in at a ready 111 1/2 pounds with a record of 17 wins and 1 defeat. He has 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current NABF champion, ranked the #8 IBF world contender. He is known as the Filipino Flash. Introducing Nonito Donaire. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, fighting out of Sydney, Australia, by way of Vanadzor, Armenia. He weighed in at the flyweight limit of 112 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with 28 wins, no losses, 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the 7th defense of his title. Here is the undefeated IBF and IBO flyweight champion of the world, known as the Raging Bull, introducing Vic Darchinyan. Once again, a referee in charge, Eddie Claudio, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing scheduled.
Don't gotta wait for the cue.
Bring him on in.
All right, 1 second, 1 second, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's get rolling, let's get rolling.
Test questions in advance. We'll soon find out, Al.
I like that explanation of that.
Something, unfortunately, I never had.
You know, no, I find that hard to believe. He is a taller fighter with a Darchinyan who's a fighter that comes forward dealing. Donaire's attacking him much more than I expected right at the beginning.
Darchinyan, not a particularly fast starter in general. It'll be interesting to see if he gets right to it here. He did start Nonito. That Darchinyan does not hit hard, and you can see the punches coming. Darchinyan's response, he was toying with Glenn that night. He didn't punch as hard as he usually does. Big left uppercut attempt there by Donaire, that missed.
2 things have happened. The right hand is landing for Donaire, but the left is landing by Darchinyan. But I think Nonito Donaire has made Vic Darchinyan think about his power already.
And a wild swing and a miss with the left by Darchinyan. The free-swinging Darchinyan is being tested right out of the gate here by the younger Nonito Donaire, having a
Vic Darchinyan's gone through an undefeated career, barely tested. I got to be honest, in the first half of round 1, he's been hit more than we've seen in all the fights, and he's getting whacked by Donaire.
He just got hit. That was a shove. He just got hit by a left hand by Nonito Donaire. Donaire comes out blazing here midway through the first round.
Now the danger in all this is Donaire better not get too brave. His mission is to be a boxer puncher, even though a powerful one.
Now Darchinyan trying to push Donaire back. Donaire has skills, no question. Straight right hand, a little pressure. He's got a lot of amateur experience.
Well, in the keys to victory, one of the ones was land the right hand. Donaire's done it.
Left, which is the correct thing to do. And another wild swing and a miss there by Darchinyan. And now Donaire goes to the midsection, but that was blocked by Darchinyan. A spin around move there by Donaire.
You know, Vic Darchinyan's probably lost a few rounds along the way in his pro career, but I don't think he's ever lost one the way he's losing this one.
Donaire said he's very cognizant of Darchinyan's uppercut, but that straight left can really wear you down. Boy, Donaire kind of buckled there moments before the bell.
The plot is thickening a bit.
Excellent opening round for the challenger, Nonito Donaire, in the red and white, 17-8-0 with 22 knockouts.
Now, Darchinyan told us he wanted to use his right hand a lot more in this fight. He's known primarily as a left-handed puncher. So let's see if he tries to throw the right hook and the right uppercut a little more against Donaire.
And the reason for that, because he knows that Donaire is going to be circling to his left to try to get away, too.
You know what I'm surprised at? And it's a good weapon.
Left hand by Donaire to the head.
He is landing the jab. Donaire's also landing his left hook pretty well. And, of course, that's a good weapon against the southpaw. Donaire not known for that punch, and he's in fights since.
Oh, Darchinyan got nailed, and then he came back. Here's a right hand, a miss by Donaire with the left hand. And it is really heating up here in round two.
Nonito Donaire is making it interesting for himself because there are times when he is standing in harm's way of those Darchinyan big bunches.
Of Vic Darchinyan. A lunging left there by Darchinyan.
That was a seminal moment in this fight. A big left hand by Darchinyan. And
good two-way action here in the early going for the IBF flyweight crown.
Outside.
Well, you know, the interesting thing about this is it's a 15-pounder. And so we're getting a clue of how things would go for him in the 115-pound division.
Darchinyan missing again with a straight
round. I don't know if he's winning it, but it's been better.
Well, he's usually a slow starter. I mean, even in fights in which he has been highly combustible later on. Trying to push Donaire back with heavy lefts there is Darchinyan, but Donaire standing his ground, looking tough. Final seconds of round two. What is developing into an interesting affair. Well, as we mentioned earlier, back in October, well, it must be working to this point because young Nonito faring pretty well as we enter round three.
And, you know, round two, I have to say I might have put it in Darchinyan's column because of his good second half of the round. He did come back very well. And now body work by Donaire. Darchinyan's finding the range with the...
You can see the difference in height and reach favoring out earlier the defensive lapses. But his unconventional style and his incredible power usually bail him out. And when he straightens out those lefts, the power is compounded like just now. Now Darchinyan going to the right.
That was a counter countered by Donaire, and that's an issue for him.
Donaire has more well-rounded skills than Darchinyan. Darchinyan usually just looks for that one punch to end it. Darchinyan, you have to sort of get in his chest, push him back, make it messy, hook to the body. But that's easier said than done because if you get inside and you feel his sting, it's very discouraging.
So far, he hasn't hurt Donaire with that punch.
Donaire being
fainted Darchinyan, and you saw Darchinyan react.
Big straight left hand right on the button by Vic Darchinyan. That nailed Donaire. Oh, there's a good left hand that staggered Darchinyan. Remember, he's never been hurt or dropped in his career. Donaire sensing the moment. Darchinyan battles back. Donaire marching forward. Pacing, it's another hard left hand to the chin by Donaire.
Ironic that a left hook has been the big weapon for Donaire. Surprising.
What a huge finish to round 3 for the challenger, Nonito Donaire. A rocky
Darchinyan.
We'll see if that enters in as a factor. So things really getting intriguing here. This is the first time we've seen Vic Darchinyan in any kind of trouble. And we'll see how he responds in this situation. Round 4 scheduled for 12. IBF flyweight title. Darchinyan's belt on the line. Darchinyan's undefeated record at stake as well.
You know, Darchinyan's dad is here to see his fight. Only the second time he's seen his son.
First trip to the United States.
Owned a gas station in Armenia, and he and Vic have a great relationship. And right now, he's got to be concerned for his.
Darchinyan, who's taking over from former world champion Jeff Fennick.
You know what's interesting about this too? Now, Darchinyan kind of feels urgency to come forward and make things happen, but when he does, Donaire is counterpunching him so effectively. So it's a tricky situation for Vic Darchinyan right now.
Donaire not quite as aggressive as he was towards the end of the third round.
Darchinyan's able to get that left in, especially when he uses the jab. I think Vic Darchinyan has not used his jab enough in this fight, Stephen. Were he using it?
Head and swollen on Darchinyan right now. Missing wildly with a straight left is Darchinyan. So the eyes are becoming a factor for Darchinyan. And it's early. For the moment, it appears as if Donaire is letting him off the hook. Now, that right hand by Donaire was blocked by the left glove of Darchinyan. Straight left hand by Darchinyan to the chest, pushes Donaire back.
Again, has a big height and reach advantage, stays on the outside.
Nice counter left there by Donaire, another counter there by Darchinyan, and a spinner on move by Donaire, and Eddie Claudio is saying, don't do that.
I kind of thought it was fun.
Works better in basketball.
Yeah, it's true.
Final seconds of the round. And Darchinyan ends it with a straight left to the chest. Let's get it over. Thank you very much, Jim. Boy, he made me nervous. They are two different kinds of fighters. Glenn Donaire, a face-first brawl. Round 5 underway, scheduled for 12. IBF flyweight belt on the line. The champion Darchinyan in the black. Struggling a little bit with the challenger in the red, Nonito Donaire. Nice shot to the body there by Donaire.
Exactly, Stevens. He'll own the later rounds. In his last 12-round fight, Donaire against Oscar Andrade won the last 3 rounds dramatically to win that decision. He feels he's going to be the stronger fighter in the later rounds.
And our panel of press row scorers. Sherman Kane from the Manchester Journal-Inquirer here. Coming up at the midway point of round 5.
There's the jab by Nonito Donaire working well. Oh, my